Okay, so increased credit scores. Again, most clients are going to have concerns about their credit scores because not everyone has perfect credit, right? They're going to think that they can, they might have maybe not enough credit scores to qualify, or they might think, okay, well, my score's okay, but I want it to be better because I want a better interest rate, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? They're concerned because they know it's going to affect them one way or another. So, as a real estate agent, you can actually offer this, and I'm explaining to you, like, through my story, what I did. I had a client who applied, and they had 700 credit scores, like 720, 730, whatever, right? And I actually did analysis of their credit report and saw that they actually have room for improvement. So I showed them a plan and actually increased their scores to 800. Okay, which, based on the interest that they're going to save, was like a $25,000 savings. It was incredible. Okay, so I'll actually show you an example of what I mean. But yeah, I mean, it's something that you can offer to your clients. Now, you yourself cannot do that, of course, because you're not the lender and you don't do credit pulls and whatnot. But your lenders can do this. Your lender partners can do this. Okay, and if you're working with a lender that does not provide this, you need to switch lenders. Okay, because it's something that we all can do. If they don't do it, it's because either they don't want to, or they don't understand how to do it, or they're just, I mean, they don't have their crap together. Okay, so if you have a lender that's not willing to do this strategy, you just need to switch lenders. Okay, because this is a very, very powerful tool that can help basically everybody. Okay, when I say basically people with pro credit, you can't help, obviously, but you ask your future client, like whenever you're talking to these people, maybe it's an online lead, maybe it's a person that you met, at a PTA meeting, whatever, and they're thinking about possibly buying. If you want to convert them, you can ask them, hey, so what do you think your credit score is at? And whatever number they tell you, right? If it's below a 760, you can help them, or there's a chance you can help them. Okay, so again, you can help the vast majority of these people. But if it's a 760 and above, then they're maxed out, and there's not really more room for improvement. But anything below that, you definitely can help. Okay, so after you get their credit scores, you ask them, would they want help to increase the scores, or would they want to know a strategy or a plan on how they can get their scores increased, right? Who's going to say no to that, right? But depending on their trade line balances, there may be room for score increases. Okay, but the only way to tell is, yes, you got it, there has to be a mortgage credit inquiry. There has to be a credit pull. Okay, otherwise there's no way that someone can, I mean, you can't diagnose someone without actually looking at them, right? So we have to look at the credit. But if you really think about it, and this is how I look at my business, if someone's willing to give me their social security number and want their credit pulled, that's a conversion, right? So they went from someone who is on the fence, not really sure if they want to buy or not, to giving me giving your lender partner their information to pull their credit. That's a conversion. They're actually serious, and they're curious about what you can do for them in terms of buying a house. Okay, so to me, that's a close. Okay, so if you get into this kind of conversation, you want to tell your future clients that you work with lenders who have saved other buyers up to $25,000 plus, and you can tell my story. Like, literally, you can be like, well, if you are interested in this possible process, I actually know lenders who has actually helped their clients save up to $25,000 in interest rates because of this service that we can provide. Right. So again, you can use my story or my experience as yours, right? When you're trying to literally convince these people to work with you. Okay, so you show your future clients the loans saving calculator and show them possible savings. Okay, and actually, I'll give you guys the link to it. I'm gonna put it in the chat here. But try not to get distracted. I don't want you to look at it yet, but I want you to see what it is, and I'm gonna show you like an example of it. Right. So basically, this is what it looks like. It's at my FICO, and what you do is you plug in information like what's the loan amount, and you tell them what the score is, and it actually gives you what the monthly payment would be, what the total interest would be paid, and how much money they would save or how much more they would spend depending on their credit change. So if they're at a 700 credit score and they got it to a 760, they can save an extra $25,000 in interest. Right? I'm literally telling you to sit down with your client and show them this little calculator, right? Because of course you're talking about credit scores, right? And you're telling them I can help you get your credit scores, and you show them this is what can happen for you if your scores increase. Okay, so you're literally handing them $25,000 if you can help them increase their credit scores. What client would not want that opportunity? right? So again, another way to convert people to work with you, right? Because of your lender partners. Okay. So once you show them this, right, uh, then you refer, and of course, let's say they're down for it. Yeah, I'm excited. I want to see what you can do, what your partners can do. Then you refer your future client to your preferred lender and ask your preferred lender for a free credit plan. Okay, free as in it costs nothing to the client. Okay, emphasize that you can have your preferred lender partner provide a free credit plan to increase their scores. Okay, the lender will have to pull their credit. Again, this is a conversion, okay, uh, to see if there's any score improvement potential. Okay, now it's based on balances. So if a person has, let's say, two lines of credit going on and they owe 50% on those credit balances, then yes, there's probably room for improvement. But let's say they have three trade lines, but they have nothing in terms of debt. They have no debt whatsoever. Like it's all paid down to zero. Then of course there's no room for improvement there. Okay. So that's kind of the mentality that we're trying to show you. So based on the credit report, I can show the client what they need to pay and how much they need to pay in order to achieve certain potential score increases. Okay. Of course, once this conversation happens, the lender will provide a credit improvement plan to the client, and of course, the expectation is the client executes on that plan. So they do whatever it is that they're supposed to do, right? So this is an example of the results that you can provide. In fact, this is the client I was talking about, how I got them from a 700 to an 800 credit score, seven-ish to 800 credit score. It's going to cost them $4,600 to pay down one account. But if you really think about it, wouldn't you be willing to pay $4,600 to save $25,000? And this is not you buying something or paying for something, that's not expected. This is a debt that you owe anyways. You're going to pay this anyways. All I'm asking you to do is to pay it faster. Pay it right now, right? And if you do, you have a 97% chance of getting your scores to 800 credit score, which will save you in interest rates, which will save you ultimately $25,000, right? This is the conversation I have with all my clients, especially the ones who need credit help. Okay, I try to show them a way on how to get their scores increased so they can save an interest rate or just qualify, because some people don't even qualify. I've actually had loans where the person didn't qualify, they went under a contract, and through my plan, they at the last minute finally qualified because their interest scores were up. So literally, they were not qualified the moment they were under contract. I was pretty uh, stressed during that time, but we made it happen. Okay, but yeah, this is a method that I provide all my clients if they want it, and it's very I think it's a very underrated and very underutilized process. Okay, so the thing is after they execute on the plan, there has to be a rapid rescore, which is a literal request to manipulate their credit report, right? You're basically telling the credit reporting company, hey, this person owed $4,600 on this trade line. They went ahead and paid it. So can you please update the credit score showing the new balances? Here is proof. Here's a piece of paper showing that they paid this balance down, right? So you're asking the credit reporting company to unnaturally update their credit report so that the new balances are now lower than they were originally, and therefore it should show a score improvement. Okay, this does cost money. Like as a lender, when I request a rapid score, it costs me, my company, money to do this, but we do not charge the client. This is free to the client. We're not allowed to charge them. So literally, the client is getting a service that costs money. It costs someone money, but they're not the ones having to pay for it. Okay, it's extreme value, and I think not enough real estate agents and lenders do this. Okay, so there's a lot of people that are paying literally unnecessary interest rates because they didn't do something like this before they got started. Okay, so get in a group meeting with your clients. I mean, get in a group meeting with your lender when the scores improve, obviously, and getting a Zoom call or phone call and share the good news with them. Make it like it's a team effort. Like, hey, guess what? My lender partner and I, we got your scores to go up another 50 points, and therefore you're going to save $25,000 in interest. Do you love me now? Right. Make sure you give me a 5-star on the reviews. Right. Whatever you want to say. Right. But yeah, celebrate. Show that through your efforts and your connections and expertise, you literally increase your scores, which is going to save them thousands of dollars. Okay. So again, the hope is obviously the client sticks with you once they get under contract and your preferred lender as a result, right? You can't force them to, but the fact that you help get their scores up, the fact that you're going to save them $1,000, they should honor you by working with you, right? But it has happened. I've actually helped people get their scores improved, and they went with someone else, right? Uh, People are people. Okay. All right. So uh, interaction time. Anybody have any experience in this type of method or strategy, or want to share your approach, or any ideas stemming off of what I just presented? Sonia, I actually was licensed in North Carolina. I did the class and everything like that, but I didn't renew it. But my branch is licensed in North Carolina, so we can help. So if you need help with North Carolina deals, we can. My team is the same people that works on the file. We can help with that, and we'll figure it out, right? Um, so let's see here. Oh, also, I forgot to ask you guys if you guys want like these slides or some sort of follow up, you can go and drop your email in the chat, and I'll make sure that I will follow up with you guys. Okay.